Hey guys, thank you so much and welcome to the channel. What I want to do is I wanted to answer some of the questions that you guys have about DoorDash specifically, but actually some of the questions and some of the answers would apply to the rest of the side gigs that I do. Just to recap, I do Uber Eats, Grubhub, Instacart, DoorDash Shipped, Postmates. But right now, I would say my number one is DoorDash. That's the one I'm rocking with the most right now. So I wanted to answer some of the questions that some of you guys have put down in the comments of some of the videos. So let's get to it. First of all, the question was about a video that I posted about $63.15 in 15 minutes. What? Is this true? Is this possible? The answer is yes. I actually did make that amount, but I will say that the results are not typical. Somebody had a question about, I needed to put up front that the results weren't typical, but, I put the question mark and exclamation point. If you listen to maybe the video for about at least 2 minutes, you would know that it was kind of an anomaly, and that's why I did a video about it. But the other question that he had was about the catering bags. How much did you pay for those catering bags? So let me first say that the particular order that I took was a DoorDash drive order, which is a catering order. And sometimes once you are dashing for a while and your stats are good, they will offer you the opportunity to be a driver. It's confusing. But so I qualified and I started doing it. And occasionally, and I only do drive offers if they're like real close and real convenient. So I did this one particular drive order, and we knew from the beginning that the payout was $23.15. Cool. All right. So I can go and take some food to someone for 20 bucks. It was Chipotle. So I didn't need one of my big DoorDash drive bags. But I do have a couple of them, and I believe they were $15 each. When you sign up for the drive program, they offer that to you. Maybe they give you one, and then they say you can buy another one. I believe they were about $15. But I do know, here's another thing I know about this gig economy and about the different companies. Things vary so much from location to location and from company to company, but I can just share with you my experience. So I have two big bags, and they're like huge, giant bags. But I didn't have to use it for that one. It was a Chipotle order. It was like $500 worth of food. And also, every time I go to Chipotle, I don't need my bags because they usually have it boxed up in bags and everything. So that's the answer to that question. Another question that I had is about my typical work days and my typical hours and earnings. So if you have been rolling with this channel for a little bit, you might know that part of the premise is that it's for single moms primarily. So I'm a single mom. I have a full-time job. I don't do this gig economy full-time. So the premise is like, hey guys, you know what? You can go out there and get that money in a way that's flexible. And then like if you need fast cash and you don't want to go to jail, here's a way to do it. So for me, I typically work when it comes to DoorDash. I'm working more often because DoorDash is now closer to me. I am right in the middle of a new zone. So I work DoorDash maybe on average 3 days a week. So probably the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and maybe one night during the week. Now, in terms of gauging success, in a 1 hour shift, I would hope to be able to do at least 2 deliveries. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Depends on how long you have to wait at the store, etc. So I try to do at least 2 deliveries, and each delivery would net me probably $8 or $9. So 18, 19, sometimes more per hour if you want to go on an hourly basis. So, and it just depends on if it makes sense for you. I've had times when I've made $20 an hour, $23 an hour. It just depends on a number of factors. Sometimes your zone will have different promotions, or hey, we're extra busy in your zone. We're offering an extra $2 per delivery, or as much as an extra $4 per delivery. And I find that quite attractive. And if the weather's not too bad, I mean, I know it's like, hey, you were supposed to be trying to make money. How are you going to be so bougie? Because I that's the beauty of the flexibility with this type of gig. So if the weather is not terrible, if it's not too cold, especially, that's my Achilles heel. Then I will go out there and grab a few hours. And so during the week, I would work maybe from 6 to 8, six, yeah, 6 to 8 or so. On the weekends, it just depends. I might grab shifts from about 10 to 1, and then maybe later on from 5 to 8 or 5 to 9, because that's often when those promotions or special promotions are going. So it just depends, guys. And all of this is about what will work for you. I'm just sharing my experience so that you can make sense of it and see if it makes sense for you. Okay, so next question was about running 2 apps at the same time. So I mentioned before that I do like almost all the apps, Grubhub, DoorDash, etc., Uber Eats. And I've run 2 apps at the same time. At the time, it was Grubhub and DoorDash that kind of worked well together. But this is not, I mean, I would say kids don't try this at home. It's kind of an advanced move. And even for folks who've been doing it for a while, it can be very difficult. So, and I don't really recommend it unless you are sitting around on one or the other app, like with a lot of dead space, a lot of dead time. Since DoorDash has moved into my immediate area, when I'm pretty much back to back to back to back. If you are maybe working the off times, like maybe between lunch and dinner or something like that, then might try it. But don't try it from the very beginning. Kind of get your groove and get your rhythm. And maybe after you have been dashing for a while, you could try that. All right, next. Next question is about taxes. There were a couple questions about taxes. Are taxes taken out of your earnings, or do you have to pay it back when you file the following year? And also, kind of, how do you keep track of your taxes? Good question. So, no taxes are taken out of any of the gig apps that I work. So Uber Eats, Postmate, DoorDash, etc., Grubhub, taxes are not taken out. So it's up to you to keep track and to be mindful about how much you're making during the year, and also on the flip side of that, how many deductions you can take during the course of the year. There are many different apps that will help you with that. The one that I like the most is Stride Tax. And I'll actually put a link below for the Stride Tax app, because what happens is I get into my car. When I plug it into the charger, my phone, it'll say, hey, are you about to start working? And I'll say, yes, if I am. And then from that point on, I've already pre-populated the app with my car, the make, model, etc. And they keep track of how much you can deduct from your taxes per ride, per session. So I know that Uber, I think someone told me that Uber, if you're like Ubering, like driving people, that Uber will do that for you and send you some information. But if you're doing more than one app, I would suggest something like Stride Tax. I think I really appreciate it. And I started towards the end of last year with the gig stuff, and so I did my taxes for it, and when I did it, it was so easy to go to Stride Tax. All right. And these questions are in no particular order, so sorry about that. Here's the next question. How long did it take for you to get the bag, the red card, and other things? So let's talk about getting started onboarding at DoorDash. DoorDash was the first gig side gig that I did. And I got started with DoorDash first because they had an actual in-person orientation. The rest of the gigs that I've done did not. And I know that varies from location to location and from gig to gig, but I think DoorDash still at this point has an in-person orientation. So, and that, I mentioned that because some people, I have a friend who's really like opposed to it. She's like, I don't want to go to any in-person orientation. What's going on? Are they going to screen me out? And she does Instacart all the time. But the deal is, it's just someone who walks you through the app. It walks you through DoorDash, what it is, how the process works, getting an order, etc. So the orientation is not a big deal. Don't let that stop you, I would say. And when I was there, that's when I received my initial bag, my initial red card, which is the preloaded debit card that you get. If you get to a restaurant and the customer hasn't paid already, just whip out the red card. Ooh, let's see if I happen to have it. Yeah. Ha ha! I have it here. I will cover up the numbers, but this is it. It is indeed a red card, right? So you give them this. It's preloaded, and pay for the item. So I got my red card. I got my bag, the small, the regular sized shopping bag, and I think that's it. Maybe a shirt as well, like a starter shirt. And then I was ready to roll. I was able to get started right away. So that's that. Ooh, customer service. This is a question that a lot of people want to know about. How is the customer service when it comes to DoorDash? Here's what I would say. If you're not on a current dash, like you are on your way to the restaurant or you are on your way to the customer's house, you can hang it up because you're not going to be able to get a real life person. You will be able to email the folks with your question or your problem, etc., and they'll get back to you. But the best thing is if you are on a current dash, even if you're on a current dash, you have a question about something that happened yesterday. Okay, you might be in your car, like let me get DoorDash, and it'll be an online chat. Okay, I don't know if I've ever talked to someone at DoorDash. That's very rare, but I've had some good interactions with the online chat feature. So you do have to you can't like do an online chat while you're driving, that's no good. So you have to be somewhere where you can go back and forth with the person. But that's really to talk about customer service. If you're not on a current dash, you can hang it up. Don't even bother, I would say. The last question, and because I don't want to make this too long, I'll do another one for Instacart a little bit later on. But the last question is, do you really have to go to hotspots in order to get orders? And the answer I find is no. In fact, if you do DoorDash long enough or consistently enough, you will know where to go no matter what the app tells you. So for instance, if the app is telling me the hot spot is like 7 miles this way, but I know I live here and I know that there is a hottish spot maybe a mile away, I might go there and take my chance and ding, 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 and then I get an order. So don't get so focused and so caught up on the hot spots. It's nice to know, but once you start dashing consistently, you'll figure out and you'll know where the actual hot spots are. So that's it. I didn't want to make this video too long. If you have any other questions about DoorDash or about any of the other gigs, Please comment below. When you're doing that, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because I kick lots of information to you guys based on my lessons and based on my experiences. So if you are a single mom, I have a Facebook group called Every Other Weekend. It's for post-divorce professional moms. So you can join me there, or you can join me. I'm going to put some of my other social media links down below. So thank you so much, everybody. Happy dashing. Bye.